I'm really sorry that Sir Keir Starmer has apparently received death threats. I have great hopes for Sir Keir, either as a future Prime Minister or as the leader of the opposition. I think he's beginning to find his feet. I think he's a good thing. Now, I have no doubt that the mobbing that he received outside the House of Parliament was spurred on by vile forces. Now, who they are, I really don't know. But Alex Belfield, entertainingly, claims that he himself has had allegations that he was behind this stirring up of that mob. I really don't think that's credible. I think Alex Belfield, I'm afraid, is all about clickbait, and this is sort of farcical. But there is a movement behind this nastiness. Now, let me put it into perspective, because it's difficult to turn around and say, oh, what Boris Johnson claimed in the House of Commons is absolutely false, particularly when you look at Sir Keir's biography on the Doughty Street website. So that's the barrister's biography. And it says, as Director of Public Prosecutions, as DPP, Keir was responsible for all criminal prosecutions in England and Wales. So that comes very close, does it not, to the allegations that Boris Johnson has made, particularly when it was clarified. The BBC, meanwhile, prides themselves on putting the word false in front of that claim. So every time they refer to the allegation that Boris made, it is referred to as a false allegation. I think the bigger problem is not who was behind the mob that savaged Sir Keir, or indeed the reality or otherwise of this allegation about Sir Keir, and whether or not he was directly or indirectly responsible for not prosecuting Jimmy Savile. What I think lies behind the problem is a rising nastiness in the media. A rising nastiness in the media here in the UK, but also globally. And that sort of war of words, that sounded like War of Worlds, didn't it? War of words. I'm not inviting Martians here. The war of words, which we see played out rather alarmingly at the moment between Russia and the Ukraine and so on. Mr. Putin is a master of this. And where people, this sort of rabble-rousing, this demagoguery, this nastiness where words hurt. Words hurt. And in the day when the internet is sort of buzzing around the place and words are being spun backwards and forwards faster than they ever have in the history of mankind, in the history of humanity, we've never had so much wordplay. Our words have taken on a much darker sense. And I think this is partly because of Instagram. I have Instagram. I've only had it for a short period of time. It's done quite well so far, I think. But I'm not quite sure what its use is. I'd love somebody to tell me. What is its use? What is its positive use? Or is it just there to carp at people? Same thing with Twitter. What is its positive value? I think both Twitter and Instagram, and for that matter reality TV, can all have positive effects. But I think playing to the gallery when encouraging these three media to be particularly vile, and the result of that is things like the attack on Sir Keir, and indeed the whole Partygate culture. All of this is part of a Me Too in a rather nasty understanding of that word. Me Too is a valuable concept. But selfishness, the other sense of Me Too, really is not. And a self-obsession, which you get in Twitter and Instagram particularly, is not attractive. Is not attractive. And say it like it is, and all those horrible slogans. We shouldn't be saying it like it is. We should be kind. We should think first before we open our mouth. Anyway, do follow the channel, do ring the bell, and do let me know what you think about these things.